March 25, 2023. QFS, Quantum Financial System, is up and running, and it is the ultimate last blow to the cabal, who is now stripped of all opportunities to run their shady, corrupt business. They are now on their way to implode completely. Hereby call to stop all the fear porn that is hovering around, among other things, CBDC, WEF, UN, WHO, their agendas are pulled apart and they are all without influence. You won't lose 1 krona. You will have more money than ever. Now let's focus on the new bright times and on creating the new world together. The Golden Age. With the activation of quantum finance, the world will be inundated with gold-based currencies designed to eliminate the old cabal finance system where central bank executives had control of all financial transactions. The alliance will have completely destroyed the Rothschild central bank system designed by Mayer Amschel Rothschild, 1744 to 1812, to control the world economy and put the world population in debt slavery. Okay. Rather than wasting your time with needless useless questions about details, you need to be planning on what you personally will do after the RV. Just sit back, relax, and let IT come to you. Stop looking for things that would only confuse your minds. This was scheduled for today and still may happen, but tomorrow may be the day Intel changes day to day. This can occur at any moment. This is still a fluid situation, but we are at the end of the line, so to speak. Frank 26. You see an article that says there's 70 trillion dinars out there. No. The article is wrong. It's translated wrong. They collected over 70 trillion 30 notes. That's what caused all the confusion. MNT GOAT. Is the IQD going to be reinstated on Forex? We now see that they told us recently this is where they are heading very shortly. Pimpy. The Iraqi dinar rate, used to be 1,190 dinars for every $1. Obviously 1,132 is lower than that. So we have now passed where we were at the start of all this. The market rate is 1,155 or 1,158 over the 1,132. That margin is much smaller than where it was before. That's maintainable. Samson. Article, Abdullah congratulates the advent of Ramadan and confirms that the House of Representatives will continue to perform its tasks and work. Bruce. The Iraqi citizens have been exchanging in country at a decent rate, just under 7, and that's an in-country rate for dinar they've been getting. We're talking about the 30 notes, which would be 25k, 10k, 5k, 1k notes. They take those notes in and get an exchange rate, times the number of dinar put into new Iraqi dinar, which is lower denominations. They're even flying certain Iraqi American citizens over to do exchanges back in Iraq at Raiffeisen Bank. I think that will help them to clean up all of the 30 notes that might still be in Iraq. Note, as of now the other gurus are not reporting lower denomination sightings or exchanges. We have not gotten guru consensus on this, so stay tuned as this unfolds. Nader from the Mideast. Whatever the CBI is gonna do, the CBI make a decision, everybody's gonna have to agree with it because this is a trust team, so whatever the CBI is going to decide, everybody else is going to decide it's going to be happy. They're gonna have to sign off on it and that's it. Militia man. The next stage of the game is the final stage. That's my view. When they reveal the direction and the plans of the central bank for the next stage to advancing the banking sector. What are they trying to do? They're trying to get deposits. They want to lend money. They've got to a bottleneck IMV that suggests that they've got to a stage when they need to lend money. Banks have a liquidity issue. They have to get deposits so they can lend. They need to get that money that's out there not circulating. The 000s on our currency we have today, we believe, that's gonna change. One of the reason why I believe it's going to change is because Iraq is openly talking about coins. They're talking about smaller denominations. Those are the types of things that made me go, why did that happen? Bond Ladies Corner Iraqi News Highlights Saturday afternoon. Iraqi News Highlights Saturday afternoon, March 25, 2023. TLM 724 Administrator Bond Ladies Corner. The decline in the exchange rates of the dollar in Baghdad with the closing of the stock market economy Saturday, March 25, 2023 4:13 p.m. Baghdad, the national news center. The exchange rates of the US dollar decreased against the Iraqi dinar, today, Saturday, with the closure of the main stock exchange in Baghdad. The correspondent of the national news center said, the central QFS stock exchange in Baghdad closed at 155,100 Iraqi dinars for $100, while the prices this morning were 155,800. He added, the buying and selling prices in exchange shops in the local markets in Baghdad decreased, as the selling price reached 155,500 Iraqi dinars, while the purchase price reached 154,500 dinars per $100. Iraq lost more than $20 billion due to the delay in signing the fifth licensing round for oil fields. Deputy for Nina / Saturday, March 25, 2023, 1822, economical number of readings, 73 cut, Nina, a member of the Parliamentary Oil Committee, MP for Wasat, Bassem Gamesh al-Garabawi, confirmed that the delay in the procedure for signing the fifth licensing round for joint oil fields with neighboring countries caused losses to Iraq that exceeded $20 billion. Al-Garabawi told the national Iraqi news agency, Nina, that the countries sharing with Iraq in these fields, Iran and Kuwait, worked to invest the resources of the fields over the years, which caused these losses. He added that this tour was supposed to be the first or the second, due to its importance in enhancing the national economy of Iraq's almost complete dependence on oil revenues. The Central Bank of Iraq withdraws the license of an Islamic bank and appoints a trustee over it. Document, Saturday, March 25, 2023, 10:50, economical number of readings, 307. Baghdad, Nina, the Central Bank of Iraq decided to withdraw the license of the Iraqi Islamic Al-Wad Bank, due to its involvement in the theft of Al-Qarn. And according to an official letter signed by Amar Hamad Khalaf, Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, dated March 19, it was decided to take legal measures to withdraw the bank's license and appoint Muhammad Jawad Karim as a trustee of the bank. Central bank sales exceeded $800 million last week. Money and Business Economy News. Baghdad. The total sales of the Central Bank of Iraq through the window of selling hard currency for dollars during the past week amounted to more than $800 million. According to the bank's statistics, it sold during the past week for the 4 days in which the window for selling the currency was opened, with the exception of Tuesday, which coincides with an official holiday, the amount of $866,429,915, at a daily rate of $216,607,478, up by 2.37% from what was recorded in the week that followed. It preceded it, in which the sales rate reached $211,399,696. The highest sales of the dollar during the past week were on Thursday, when sales reached $261,660,573, while the lowest sales were on Sunday, when sales amounted to $245,613,190. Foreign remittance sales during the past week amounted to $660,171,520, an increase of 61.82%, compared to cash sales, which amounted to $252,700,000. Sales went in the form of cash and remittances abroad to finance foreign trade, while the selling price of documentary credits and international settlements for electronic cards reached 1,305 dinars per dollar, while the selling price of remittances abroad and the cash sale price amounted to 1,310 dinars per dollar. Al-Sudani to the French president, Iraq is continuing to establish effective economic relations. Money and Business Economy News. Baghdad today, Saturday, Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani received a phone call from French President Emmanuel Macron. According to al-Sudani's office, the contact witnessed discussions between the two sides on ways to strengthen bilateral relations, continue work and expand economic partnership for the benefit of the two countries. Al-Sudani stressed, Iraq will continue to establish effective economic relations that contribute to the construction of infrastructure, and open the doors of investment and partnership to all friends, within an effective economic and service program. For his part, the French president praised the growing relations between the two countries in various fields, and the increasing level of cooperation towards building economic partnerships that contribute to achieving mutual interests, in a way that enhances the development path of the two countries and the prosperity of their peoples. The United Nations announces joint programs with the Iraqi Judiciary. The United Nations Development Program in Iraq announced extensive programs in partnership with the Supreme Judicial Council, including programs aimed at combating corruption, money laundering and investigating financial crimes, while affirming its continued efforts to improve the status of Iraqi women in various sectors. The director of the Rule of Law Department at the United Nations Development Program, Ramana Schweiger, told the Iraqi news agency. The United Nations General Assembly approved on April 28, 2021, its decision to celebrate the role of female judges in various parts of the world, noting that member states called for the celebration of the 10th date from the month of March to show support and improve the status of female judges in the judiciary and various agencies. Schweiger confirmed, the relationship with the Supreme Judicial Council and the Association of Iraqi Women Judges is excellent, noting that the program's efforts are continuing to improve the status of women in various sectors of the state and society. She added, the joint work that brings us together with the Supreme Judicial Council and Judge Feek Ziden is very broad, not only for training programs or various topics of interest to the judiciary and the judges' staff, but also programs to combat corruption, money laundering, and the investigation of financial crimes and related matters, noting that there are extensive programs of the United Nations Development Program in its partnership with the Supreme Judiciary. And she added, there are unremitting efforts being made by the Supreme Judicial Council and all its cadres to face many challenges, with the aim of achieving justice and promoting economic growth.